Can I just start this off by saying I genuinely like this song? And I mean that in the most guilty pleasure. I know I shouldn't, and yet I do, sort of way. But with all that said, it's kind of sad that that's probably the most shocking thing I'm gonna say throughout this video. As I was saying, I like this song. I don't mind the transitions, I don't mind how messy it is, I don't mind the awkward structure if there's any structure at all. I'm not going to sit here and say it's the most amazing song ever, but I do appreciate what they put into it. I'd even go as far as to say that it's songs like these that drive music forward in a sense. These new concepts and ideas are kind of needed to drive music forward, otherwise things just get stale. Now that's not to say that they were the first to do this. I have no doubt JYP got this idea from SM. That being said, besides the awkward transitions, that's about the only similarity I can personally see between them. In fact, I'd say NMIXX's debut reminds me more of when post-hardcore bands or new battle bands do this sort of sound too. In fact, there's a band that I really like called Dance Gavin Dance that have been doing this for a very long time, and they do it very well. And God knows, if there's one thing that's louder than a K-pop song, it's metal. Now to be fair, these bands are doing it on 4 to 5 minute tracks rather than a barely 3-minute song, which do give them a little bit more time to flesh out their ideas and the individual songs. But I can appreciate this loud all over the place sound, probably because I do listen to music like that, which probably does make me a little bit biased, but I can't say I hate it. I also really appreciate the overall transitions in the track. Dare I say they're the first K-pop group to really pull this off well. Their transitions aren't a half-assed record scratch leading into a new song. They put a genuine effort to make the song sound somewhat cohesive even though they're really not at all. Which I do feel like is most people's biggest problem with the song itself. The songs sound nothing alike together, and the transitions are about the only thing that do pull them together in any way at all. And while I do understand why people would have a problem with that, I kind of think that's the whole point of songs like these. They're not supposed to sound like a cohesive song, they're supposed to sound like a mashup of sorts. It's literally a clusterfuck of songs, like what else were you expecting? So I do like this song, and I do appreciate everything that they've done with it. That being said, it's still a horrible debut. If this was released 2 to 3 years into their careers, I'd be okay with it. But as a debut, it's just not a good look. For one, they can't do this every time. I realize that this whole mixing song genres together is supposed to be their thing, but songs like these just can't work every single time. It's just not possible. Another thing, this song is so all over the place, there's nothing to latch onto besides that loud sound, and that goes for even farther than just the song itself. None of the girls stand out, there's no amazing dance portions, no amazing vocals, rap, nothing about this makes me think, oh wow, she did a really good job, or oh wow, this looks really cool. The most amazing thing about this whole thing is the music video, and if the music video is overpowering the girls in a sense, I don't think that counts as a good debut. Now I'm going to play CEO and tell you all the things that I probably would have done differently if I were in that position. For one, this would not have been their debut. Like I said, I think this would have maybe worked a couple of years down the line, but as a debut, it just doesn't show anything off. It doesn't do anything well, honestly, at all. Another thing, I would have fleshed out these 2 songs a little bit more, maybe completed them as a whole, and released them as B-sides on the track, so at least there's some sort of substance to grab onto. I just feel like there's nothing here for the people that can't appreciate songs like this, and there are clearly plenty. Another thing I just don't really like is this song just doesn't fit the girls. What little I've seen of them before, these girls are really talented singers, and there's just not a lot of vocals here. There's nothing for them to show off on, to show what they can do, even though I know they can do a lot more than this. And God, whoever is teaching their JYP girl groups to rap, they just need somebody else, I'm sorry. Overall, I'd give this debut like a 3 out of 10. I do like the song, but besides that, that's the only good thing I can really say about this. JYP has a bad habit of hyping up their groups into being more than they can be at debut, but this one was just way, way out of line. I feel sorry for anybody that pre-ordered that album. Anyways, I think that's about all the damage I can do. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye!